Yeah, we're here. We're ready. I'm excited about this one. I've been wanting to do this video for weeks, but they don't let me.
It's all you've talked about.
They don't let me.
You're sick and tired.
But why every guitar player, you included, should at least expose yourself to metal. The heavy metal. You gotta listen to metal at some point in your life, especially if you're young. It's really useful, like when in your, I think in your formative years too, just to have that. Oh, let's break into it. Like, do you agree with me a little bit?
I think I do agree with you a little bit.
I mean, you and I are cut from a different cloth a little bit, but you know, we have that sort of blues rock, jammy sort of like.
It conjoins us.
It does. We're like symbiotic twins in that way.
Basically.
We feed off of a conjoined umbilical cord, which is kind of cool. It's weird. You can't see it. It's off camera.
That's why we're always at least 3 feet from each other. No farther than that.
Yeah, we don't have a wireless setup yet. Working on that.
You know, yeah.
They said we could have had it removed years ago, but we just enjoy each other's company.
Why would we do that?
We have to be alone.
So invasive.
I think that Hellraiser, like when they joined it's Hellraiser 2, I think.
The Cenobites.
Yeah, when they joined the security guards that are twins together. It's really nice. Anyway, no, heavy metal, it's one of those types of genres of music that is very skill dependent.
I feel like it is.
Precision is necessary. We're talking about the technical parts, then we'll get into the badassery of it later. But which is important. It's an important factor in being a cool person. But your speed with your right hand picking. Let's just talk about that strange guy in Metallica. And I'm not talking about Kurt Hammett. Who's the other guy?
The other guy, Mr. James Hetfield.
Now his rhythm work is outstanding.
It is.
It is fantastic. And when you listen to his isolated tracks,
it's pretty flawless.
It's flawless. And a lot of this was like, it was done with metronomes, but it's not done with computers.
No.
Back in the day. No. Like nowadays, you don't have to play.
Snap it to the grid. All good. Quantized.
I'm like, good. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. You don't have to be good anymore. It's wonderful for the bad rhythm people out there.
It's true.
Like, Northern Europe, unite. They're like, yay. Wait, did you just diss us? No, I'm just dissing an entire group of people. Sorry. But no, like the precision with your right hand, the chugging, that speed there, learning your scales with your left hand.
Yeah.
It breaks you out of the pentatonic entirely. You have to learn things called modes.
That's what I think it did for me, right? It made me, and I have never been a metalhead, never played a ton of metal, but there was a time in my youth where I decided I was gonna shred like metal thingies, right? But I dabbled enough to learn the natural minor instead of just the minor pentatonic. And then, like you said, to stick my toes into the waters of modes.
What gets you using this unused appendage for most blues rock lawyers? Yes, the pinky. And so that brings us to the metal. What?
Could there be? This is quite a question to pose. I feel like this is going to cause a stir. We all are familiar
Get ready for it on the gear page.
Blues lawyer. Is there such a thing as a metal lawyer? Most
assuredly, yes.
I feel like there is.
It is the same thing. It just likes metal. And I say it because it's a creature. And I used to be one of those maybe. I don't know. No, but I think there's definitely a metal lawyer, a blues lawyer. There's a jazz lawyer.
No, there's definitely a jazz lawyer.
And jazz lawyers are just lawyers. No, or they design really nice guitars. That's an inside joke for all of us here. But yeah, jazz cats they might be the worst.
Probably.
Because they're a little bit snootier.
A little snootier.
Because they do think they're better than everyone else.
Yeah, sure.
Because they kind of are. They're better.
I mean, maybe they are.
I mean,
I could just go around playing all the wrong notes.
But no,
big deal. I'm just kidding.
I learned how to play.
Sorry.
That's true though. No, look at my fancy chords. Like, guess how many girls in the audience care? 0. You know, like you can learn all that Travis picking too. Like nobody cares if you can play "Sweet Child of Mine." You are getting lucky. But anyway, or like I still impress people when I play "Injustice for All" or like and it goes that part is like, oh my god, it's the take your pants off moment.
There's something like visceral about that,
which we're getting into right now. There is something about metal that is inherently combative, exciting, dangerous, and cool, which I think every guitar player needs to have a little dose of put into their arm. I did just shoot my arm up.
Even you jazzy guys.
Yeah, you can play your jazz, you can be all sweet and quiet, but like when you add metal and distortion to it, it just jazzes it up. When I was like I was probably like 14, 15, getting hard into Injustice for All. I'm glad
you didn't pause on that one.
I know. I thought about it. It was a quick one. Keep going.
And then I ruined it.
But the fact that you pointed it out makes it even worse now. Now we're just deviants.
They were all thinking it. Everyone was thinking
no one was
it. They were
thinking it.
absolutely
You're an
thinking it. All, especially the metal
But
people.
anyway, that record came out. That sort of like captured my imagination as a young child and brought me into the dark side. And I had my parents buy me the tab book. And I'm learning, like, that's when Kirk was doing this really well written out solo still. And it was just, a lot of people complain, well, that's not the best record. I'm not saying it's the best. It's what brought me into Metallica and into metal and brought me into like Iron Maiden and like brought me into like cool sort of like the metal punk crossovers of Motorhead and things and just like fast, angry music. And then then it opens you up into like Steve Vai in a weird way.
No, it does.
And like Joe Satriani and these cats that are playing in ways that are ungodly.
It's true.
And not normal. But
That's right.
in stuff like sweep picking, it's a useful skill to learn. It's in you learn your arpeggios, you learn all your scales as we talked about. But even like if you haven't been exposed to it, Sacrilege, Eddie Van Halen, back there, and I would even go as far as saying, if you were like a child of like the early '70s, and not a child but like living in the early '70s, maybe you're a little bit older, and you heard Led Zeppelin for the first time. You think that is metal.
Well, yeah.
You hear Ozzy Osbourne, that is definitely metal.
Absolutely.
So because kids today a lot will be like, oh, metal is just what I think is metal. No. You have to remember within context.
I think I've heard the term proto-metal.
Ooh, that's cool. I've never heard that
That's
actually.
it.
Proto-metal.
Proto-metal.
I think of the proto-molecule when you say that from The Expanse.
Right.
One of my favorite TV shows, which I thought fantastic. Had a great last season that I just saw.
I watched the first episode.
It's great.
I was,
You got to go. You got to get through season one.
I know.
On your own.
Soon
Don't watch it
after
with the kids or your family. Just
that was the problem,
Enjoy it on your own.
I had to keep covering the kids' eyes. It was weird.
Season one, you get to the end, you're like, that is dark. That just got dark,
Okay.
bro.
I'm going to hang in there.
And then the lead actor, the guy who plays a detective in it, I think he's fantastic. Like I love his haircut in that first season. It changes,
There you go.
but I think his career outside of the show has been really good too.
All right.
He was just in a movie I saw recently, some weird school shooting one. It was better than I thought it would be. Anyway, so speed, scale work, being awesome,
Learning to wear all black.
That is a necessity, unless you see those pictures of James Hetfield wearing his shorts and shopping
He's off the clock.
I know, but you're never off the clock when you're in metal.
That's the real James.
You're never off the clock. That's one of the rules. If you're metal, I don't want to see you in flip-flops unless your jeans are so skinny it's making your privates fly out of your body or somehow.
Okay, all right.
I feel like if you're metal, you're metal. You wear a leather jacket in 90-degree weather. Metal. You can have your tank top on underneath it.
That's how you can play with those crazy precision riffs. You're so focused.
But I see, I
Don't have a heat stroke.
And as I got older, like I fell in love with different types of music. Yeah. I fell in love with some of the blues lawyer stuff too.
Of course.
And then I went down the jam pass. I love pop music. I love all types of music, but metal has always sort of been back there. I love what it sort of gave me as a young kid, and it gave me an appreciation for like a whole world of stuff that I would be scared of otherwise.
Yeah.
Because like you listen to Behemoth for the first time as a 30-year-old, you're like, what the hell is happening? But you listen to it as a 15-year-old, like, this seems normal. The world is piss, and I want to welcome the Dark Lord to my living room with my mother and father.
Well, yeah, of course.
No, but the skill set to play it is something you can transition and bridge into other things. Like if you listen to Joe Bonamassa, blues lawyers,
absolutely.
That dude is playing metal.
Yes.
With a 1-4-5 pattern underneath it sometimes, and he's doing his little Dorian modes, like spread super speeder shows.
You ever listen to Eric Steckel?
No, I have not.
Blues metal is what he calls his thing.
I listened to
It's pretty awesome. You can check him out. It's pretty amazing.
Listen to other metal. I have not listened to blues metal.
Blues metal.
Who's the guy? God, I just went blank on the guy we love. That's Dirt Emo.
Oh,
Derek's guy. I just went
man.
blank. I love him. Dirt Emo. Just look up the album Dirt Emo. We listen to him all the time. We listen to him once a day. And I just went blank because it happened.
Yeah, that amazing Teenage Dirtbag cover. What's the dude's name?
He was married to Casey Musgraves.
That's so disappointing that we don't know his name right now.
He's in my playlist all the time. It's just one of those moments. Another just
Rustin Kelly.
Thank you.
I know.
God, people are typing frantically like Rustin Kelly, you idiots. Like check it. His stuff's awesome. A little hybrid of like it's country, but then he's taken like emo and sort of smashed it with some dirt. Hence Dirt Emo. Kind of like proto-metal.
Sort of like it's like red. If red dirt and emo were a thing.
God bless. Cool music. Yeah, so I think, metal players of the world, unite, get behind this a little bit. Let's spread some love for some metal out there and get people to listen to it. You don't have to be a metalhead. You should for a little bit.
So do you think Derek Trucks listens to metal? Has he gone down the metal rabbit hole?
I think he's definitely, like, any musician of that caliber has absorbed some of that.
Probably
He could outplay almost all metal players, just like, not maybe the top of the game metal players, but he could play any. Yeah, he could. No, he could. He's Derek Trucks. He can do anything. He's just frustrating. I think Derek
Stirring
Trucks,
controversy
he
in the
can
comments
surf
right here.
and play metal.
Probably.
Like, that's how good that guy is.
I like to think that's true.
And I think Marcus King can shred some metal.
Yeah.
He's pretty much playing metal
sure.
for some of.
Yeah.
He's playing jazz and metal, which is
like fusion-y.
I'm gonna call it jazz, just metal without distortion.
Yeah.
If it's good jazz, burn. Who's my
There
favorite
you
jazz
go.
player? I love Eric Dolphy. He's one of my favorites. If you want to get any insight into Thelonious Monk as well, loved him. Medeski Martin Wood, love those guys too. Like sort of the first sort of neo/late '90s, mid '90s.
There you go.
But yeah, love
heard it
jazz,
here.
love metal, love it all. What do you think, Johnny?
I think that's pretty much a wrap.
You done it? It's a
I
wrap.
think everyone should go listen to metal right now. Or you should tell us in the comments why that's absurd. Either way.
No, no, you should not do that.
No, I mean you can, it's you're free to make that choice. You could.
No, not
That's
in my,
metal.
Not in my dictatorship. That is
not
metal.
very metal.
Good point. If you don't
Not
like metal,
very
if you don't like
metal.
metal, it's fine. We should listen to it.
It's not, but
Give
it
a
is.
shot.
It's not, but it is. Hit like and subscribe. Click the bell. That would be the most metal thing you could do right now.
That is metal.
That is metal. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.
It's like little critters. Oh, we're in trouble.